Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Teresa Giudice slammed for dragging daughter into toxic drama. Teresa Giudice is one of the most polarizing Real Housewives stars in the Bravo franchise. She is the only original cast member of RHONJ left, and her haters constantly find new reasons to criticize her. The latest complaint is involving her daughter in toxic drama. Keep reading for more. When Giudice's father, Joe, was fighting deportation back to Italy, Gia was determined to become a lawyer. She wanted to prevent other families from being separated like hers. She went to college at the prestigious Rutgers University. Gia Giudice graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice in 2023. The next logical step would be law school. But a year later, the sometimes RHONJ star had yet to enroll to continue her education. Instead, she's turned her focus to her growing career as a social media influencer. She often posts sponsored content on Instagram, which elicits rude comments from her followers. Her dad now lives in the Bahamas, so his 4 daughters can easily fly down to see him. Has Giudice lost interest in a law career now that her father's legal trouble is over? She addresses speculation about her future plans during a recent Amazon Live. She said that law school is still in the works, but is on pause for the moment. Law will always be my passion, and I'm honestly just having fun right now with my influencer career and just doing things with you guys. Things between the season 14 RHONJ cast aren't great, to say the least. The feud between Teresa Giudice and Margaret Josephs got so bad they refused to film together. The bad blood stems, in part, from Margaret constantly coming after Teresa's husband, Luis Ruiz. Teresa and Luis claim that Margaret was involved in his legal troubles. The July 21st episode featured a conversation between Teresa and her eldest daughter, Gia, about uncovering Margaret's alleged role in Luis' legal woes. Gia is only 23, but often serves as her mom's sounding board. There have been rumors for years that she might join RHONJ as a main cast member, but new footage suggests she's part of a new show featuring the offspring of Bravo stars. Fed-up RHONJ fans took to the comments on a clip of the episode posted on Instagram. Several comments called out Teresa Giudice for dragging her daughter into the drama. Teresa making her daughter toxic AF. This is just disgusting. Toxic Ter at it again. And Gia all up in it now. So said. Pathetic. Stop bringing your daughters into things. I hate how she wants her daughters in toxic drama. Oh Lord, teaching your offspring on how to be petty and pay fee take. Gia is becoming toxic just like her mother. Teresa Giudice has never been a stranger to controversy, but her latest scandal might just be her most personal yet. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star is facing intense backlash after fans noticed that her eldest daughter, Giudice, has become deeply entangled in her mother's ongoing feuds. Over the years, Teresa has been a lightning rod for drama, whether it be with her castmates, legal battles, or family feuds. But the latest controversy surrounding her is cutting deeper for fans who feel she's crossed a line by bringing her daughter, now in her early 20s, into the toxic mix. The situation ignited during the most recent season of RHONJ, when Joe was increasingly vocal in Teresa's conflicts with her co-stars. From calling out her aunt Melissa Gorga to clapping back at castmates during heated exchanges, Gia found herself right in the thick of things, no longer a background player, but a main voice in her mother's corner. For some fans, it's a far cry from the little girl they saw growing up on screen, and the shift has left many uncomfortable. A mother-daughter alliance or manipulation. In one explosive episode, Teresa confronted Melissa, her sister-in-law, and longtime rival, about a rumor regarding infidelity. Gia, who had grown up watching this feud simmer, didn't stay silent. "You're hurting this family, and you don't even care," she spat at her aunt during a dinner that quickly turned into a war zone. Melissa, taken aback by Gia's involvement, responded with a cold, "Stay out of this, Gia. This is between your mom and me." While Gia's defense of her mother is understandable to some, others are accusing Teresa of weaponizing her daughter, turning Gia into a pawn in her ongoing battles. Social media has been flooded with criticism, with fans saying Teresa is dragging Gia into a toxic environment that she should be trying to protect her from. "I'm really disturbed by how Teresa is letting her daughter fight her battles. It's so unhealthy," one fan tweeted, summing up the feelings of many. "Gia should be focused on living her life, not being in the middle of her mom's constant drama," wrote another. But perhaps the most scathing comment came from an unexpected source. A former Real Housewives star who had watched the saga unfold from the sidelines. "We all love our kids, but Teresa is crossing a line by letting Gia get this involved. She should know better," the unnamed housewife commented on a gossip site, reigniting the firestorm of criticism. Teresa's response: "Gia can defend herself." Unsurprisingly, Teresa has not taken the criticism quietly. In a recent interview, she fiercely defended Gia's involvement, claiming that her daughter is now an adult and has every right to speak her mind. Gia is 22. She's not a little kid anymore. If she wants to defend her family, she can. She's her own person, Teresa argued. However, critics argue that while Gia may be an adult in age, the dynamics at play are more complicated than Teresa is willing to admit. There's no denying the loyalty Gia feels for her mom, but Teresa's been at the center of so much toxicity for so long, she can't see how unhealthy this is for Gia. One longtime RHONG viewer said, "This is generational trauma being passed down." Psychologists and family therapists have weighed in too. Many argue that Teresa's public battles, both on television and off, have put Gia in a precarious position. Gia grew up in the spotlight, witnessing her parents' public legal troubles, her father's deportation, and her mother's highly publicized family feuds. One therapist explained in an article discussing the situation. "It's natural for her to feel protective, but the problem arises when a parent leans on their child for emotional support or uses them in their own conflicts." The Gorga divide. Family drama at a breaking point. The Giudice-Gorga family feud has been a hallmark of RHONG for years, but Gia's increasing involvement has added new layers to the divide. With tensions rising between Teresa and her brother Joe Gorga, Gia has made no secret of her allegiance to her mother. During a heated reunion episode, she openly criticized Joe, accusing him of disrespecting their family and not supporting Teresa during her hardest times. Joe fired back, leaving fans shocked by the level of animosity between niece and uncle. "You're acting just like your mother," Joe snapped during the reunion, visibly upset by Gia's accusations. "This is between us adults, and you shouldn't even be in this conversation." Many fans sympathized with Joe, feeling that Gia was stepping into a role she shouldn't have been forced into. "It's heartbreaking to see a daughter take on her mother's fights," one fan commented online. "Teresa should be protecting Gia from this mess, not encouraging it." On the other hand, some fans see Gia's involvement as the natural evolution of the Giudice family story. Gia is grown, and she has every right to stand up for her family. One supporter wrote on Instagram, "This isn't a little girl anymore. People need to realize she's lived through all of this too, and she deserves to speak her truth." A family torn apart. As the backlash continues to swirl around Teresa, it's clear that the drama is taking a toll on the entire Giudice family. With her daughters being drawn into the headlines more than ever before, some wonder if Teresa will eventually be forced to step back and reassess the impact this is having on them. Despite the mounting criticism, Teresa remains steadfast in her belief that she and Gia are simply defending their family's honor. "We're strong and we'll get through this," Teresa said in a recent social media post, showing no signs of backing down. Yet the question remains, at what cost? For a family that has endured so much public scrutiny, the introduction of Gia into the fiery world of Real Housewives drama feels like a tipping point. Fans are left wondering whether Teresa will ever see the potential harm she's causing by pulling her daughter into her battles, or if this mother-daughter duo will continue to fight side by side in a world where loyalty comes with its own set of consequences. As the Giudices head into the next season of Housewives, the lines between family, fame, and loyalty have never been blurrier.